What's up, YouTube? How y'all doing? Check this out, man. We go live. I'm going live tonight, Sunday night, 6 o'clock, New York, Eastern Standard Time. 6 o'clock every Sunday and every Wednesday, we go live and talk about how to help you grow your YouTube channel. And one of the things that one of my students had said was, how do you get more views? And I'm like, whoa. So we're going to talk about getting your rhythm together. Stop guessing and getting your rhythm together. You have to get a rhythm started first, for this algorithm can pick you up, and then more people from all over the world will come to your channel. But you have to be patient and get this rhythm going. And that's what we teach. And we're going to talk about it more right after this intro. Let's check it out. Growth's got a formula most never learned. You don't need luck or talent, structure is earned. If you're ready to build and you know it's your turn, start with the 4 free videos, earn as you learn. Click on the more below to sign up. That's right, y'all. Check the link below, sign up, and sign up for our 4 videos. It's free, and we'll start breaking down why you need to slow down and take this seriously as a business, a real business. And I think YouTube is the easiest business to start with your niche, whatever you into. If you're into cars, motorcycles, whatever, gardening, cooking, whatever you're into, YouTube is the best way to start your business, especially when you don't have $5, $10, $20,000 in the bank to get a brick and mortar, all this other stuff. You can start off slow with a YouTube channel, and you can start pushing people toward your products or services. It's that simple, man. It's real easy and easy to do, but you got to stop guessing at it, and you got to get clarity. That's where Uncle Mike come in at, because I was just like you at one time. I was guessing and looking at all these videos trying to figure this thing out. And then when I sat down and stopped guessing and got myself a coach, boom, I quit my job and I'm doing it full time. So you check my channels out. One of my channels have 505,000 subscribers. I wish I could take the 5,000 and put it on this channel, but it don't work like that. You got to grind and work these channels and everything, and I teach you how to do that. So we're going live tonight to talk about all that. How to get more views in 12 minutes. Well, that's the length of the video. Stop rushing, take your time. Let's check them out. Here we go, y'all. Here we go.
If you've got a small channel and you feel like YouTube isn't recommending any of your content, don't worry. It's actually a really common issue, but there is an easy fix. So in this video, I'm going to show you 6 different ways you can get YouTube to start pushing your videos out. Let's get into it. So the very first method I want to introduce you to is something I call session chain power. And this is one of the most underused and underrated signals out there. And I find it strange that nobody else talks about it. But basically, this signal directly helps YouTube decide who to recommend your videos to. And now, to understand how all of this actually works, you need to know that YouTube doesn't just recommend any random video. It actually recommends next videos, meaning it will only show videos to people that naturally continue a viewer's watch session. So let's say someone watches a video from one of the bigger channels in your niche, and then they watch your video right afterwards. Here, YouTube will think, oh, these 2 videos must go together. Let's start testing the smaller video after the bigger video more often. So if you're able to create videos that fit seamlessly within your niche and that naturally follow on from videos from other creators, then you have a much higher chance of having your video recommended next. Now you might be like, how on earth do I even know what to look for? Well, there are actually 2 main ways of doing this. Firstly, the simple way is to go into your YouTube studio, click on Analytics, click on Audience, scroll down here, and then these 2 sections here, channels that your audience watches and what your audience watches. These videos here are the most viewed videos of other channels by your audience. So you are going to need to watch and analyze these videos, and then see how you can make sure that your new videos can naturally continue a viewer's session chain with these, so that the audience will want to watch your video straight after if YouTube recommends it. Or if you wanted to go even deeper, you can actually look at each individual video you've posted in the past. So what I would do is click on a video, click on your analytics, then click on reach, and then down here it says content suggesting this video. And these are all the videos from other creators that are recommending this exact video. So again, you need to go in and have a look at those videos. And once you know what the typical viewer journey looks like, you can then start building a session chain, as this will create a strong link between your video and everyone else's videos. And then over time, YouTube will start pairing your content next to those videos more often. And that's ultimately how small creators get discovered in massive traffic streams. All right, then, next up, we have 24-hour engagement velocity. And this one is crucial because when you upload a new video, YouTube will always test it within the first 24 hours just to gauge how much interest and engagement it's getting. And it will basically predict its future success by these test results. And this short testing period is extremely important because it helps YouTube decide whether your video deserves to be pushed out further in browse and suggested feeds, or if the algorithm should restrict it and hide it. So your goal here as a small creator is to make the results of that initial test look as strong as possible. Now, the algorithm doesn't just look at how many likes, comments, or views you get. It looks at how fast you get them. Like a video that gets 20 comments and 50 likes in the first few hours looks way more promising than one that gets the same numbers but over several days. So the key here is the speed of engagement. So when you upload, you want to create an early search. And here's a couple of ways you can do this. Number one, encourage people to comment on and like your video as soon as it's up. Number two, you always need to reply and give a heart to every comment you get in the first 1 to 2 hours. Number three, post your video link to your community tab. Number four, literally just ask your audience to hype the video as well. And then number five, if you have a second channel, use that channel to watch, like, and comment on your new video too. Now, some of you may have noticed that I use my other channels to comment on my videos, and I do that for this exact reason. And look, asking your audience to hype your video isn't desperate, it's smart. Like the hype tool is literally built for small channels. And the more hypes you get, the better your score. Now, look, you don't need hundreds of people doing this. Even just like 10, 20, 30 early interactions can trigger a signal that tells YouTube, hey, this video is starting off strong. Let's test it to more and more people. And the cool part is, once YouTube sees that early velocity, it will often retest your video again to more people 48 hours later, which is why a lot of creators suddenly see that second spike in their analytics. So going forward, always try to maximize engagement within the first 24 hours. And then the next method we have is something that I call metadata echoing, which is the secret way to align your videos with the YouTube's recommendation engine. Now, you all know by now that YouTube's algorithm doesn't just look at your title and thumbnail. It also analyzes your video's metadata, your tags, descriptions, captions, and even the words you say within the video. So the goal here should always be to make sure that your metadata actually echoes the same metadata as the successful videos in your niche. Like,
yeah, a lot of people don't realize that what you say out of your mouth, especially in the beginning, if your YouTube channel is about growing a YouTube channel, you should say those words in the beginning of your storyline. In this video, I'm gonna show you cut out in this video and just say, I forgot what I was saying. How to grow a channel. If you're trying to grow your channel, this is how you can really grow your channel, because growing your channel is very important, because growing needs to be done in a sequence. Grow, 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 grow. Use it as many times as you can, not as often as I just did, but you get the point. Grow your YouTube channel. If you're trying to grow your YouTube channel, this is what you need to do. Now, I probably messed up my transcript and messed up the algorithm, because if you say the word too many times, YouTube will kick it out, because it knows what you're doing. But I am so far deep into this video, I'm hoping that it still works. Let's continue.
The big channels are obviously doing something right. And a successful video usually always has their metadata spot on. So you are going to want to echo it. And here's how you're going to do it. So search for a specific video from your competitor. Or if you want to, just go and find the best performing videos in your niche. Then you want to use a tool like TubeBuddy, because it literally shows you all of the metadata from those videos, including their tags, their keywords, and the hashtags. So now you will have all of that data there readily available to you. Now, I wouldn't just suggest copying them word for word, but you can most definitely mirror their phrasing and their structure. And also make sure that your description uses the same key phrases naturally. Doing this builds a metadata echo between your video and the ones already performing really well, which helps YouTube group all of them together, including
What he's talking about now,
yours. So
God dang, they don't leave no gaps, man, when they talking. This is more like second or third gear. This is not, I don't think this is for a beginner. I think a beginner should, use keywords and use hashtags and stuff like that. But using another tool to try to figure out, and then when you get frustrated and it doesn't work because you spend all this time on this tool.
So when someone finishes watching one of the bigger videos, your video will become the next best recommendation.
Right, and you're trying to do all this stuff that he's saying when what you need to do first is get a rhythm going and focus on what you're doing. And then focus on one thing at a time, your title. Let's rock this title along with what you're saying in the beginning of your video. Let's rock the title and focus on what you're saying. Do that for a whole week. Now we got that locked in. Then you start putting your title, what you're saying, and your keywords into your description that's matching your channel and your about page and everything and what your channel is about. Is it an about page? I don't even know what you call it no more. Every time I look, YouTube is changing stuff. So let me look that up while we keep going. Here we go.
That's what we want.
Here we go.
Okay then. Now, let's talk about something that most small creators completely overlook, and that's not relying solely on YouTube for your entire success. Because at the moment, you don't actually own your audience. YouTube does. And at any time, YouTube could change its algorithm, it could restrict your reach, or it could even suspend your channel. Now, if that ever happens, would you still have a way to reach or access your subscribers? Well, for most creators, the answer to that question is no. And that should really concern you. That's why you should always be looking to build up your audience outside of YouTube too. You need to start doing things like collecting emails, creating your own website, and then building a home base that you control, because that's how you can protect yourself.
Now, that's something a beginner should be focusing on right there. That is something, number one, that you should be focusing on. Building an email list or building something for the people who want to follow you, your true fan list. And that takes some time. So I think that a beginner should start on working on that in the beginning so you can get used to having that as part of your formula. Here we go.
And it also allows you to start turning your channel into a real business. And this is where Hostinger comes in. Now, Hostinger is honestly one of the best tools I've found for any creator who wants to expand their reach and their brand beyond just YouTube. And basically, it's an affordable web hosting and AI website builder that lets you create a full professional website in literally under a minute with no experience and no coding needed.
Hold up, did that say 199?
Full web hosting and
Wait a minute.
AI website builder that lets you create.
Let's say $199. Is that a one-time fee? Well, it can't be a one-time fee because you have to pay for hosting every year. No. I wouldn't recommend this. I think he's getting paid to Hostinger. You can go to GoDaddy, man, and get a domain name and get some hosting for your little website and pay no more than $25 a year. And then especially if you're learning, you should learn how to build your own website. And I recommend WordPress. Everybody uses WordPress. There's so much WordPress information out there. We have 2 big websites that I built and I learned how to build little by little by using WordPress. WordPress has a lot of free plugins. If you're a beginner and you want to learn, all you got to do is just start a little website, use a template, and actually get people to sign up. Emails, name, number, email, and what their YouTube channel is, or something like that. $24 for the whole year. This stuff is easy and simple. People like this make it a little more complicated for a beginner. If you're just beginning, you don't need all that.
A full professional website in literally under a minute with no experience and no coding needed. And all you do is you tell the AI what you want your site to do. For example, showcase your videos or collect emails or add a work with me page for brand deals. And then Hostinger will build this entire thing for you automatically. And under the business plan, you get access to over 150 ready-to-use templates. Plus, you'll get their AI website builder, you'll get their AI image generator, an SEO assistant, and even an AI logo maker, all just for a few dollars a month, which is incredible. And once you're in, you'll have everything in your own dashboard here. And then once you're in your own website builder, you can customize anything and everything using a simple drag and drop editor. So you can
That's good. Too many shortcuts for spending money too fast for a beginner. If you're a beginner, because I used to be a beginner, that is going to be real complicated for you. I mean, you can go try it. Please go try it and be like, because you're clicking on stuff and you don't know what you're doing. You seeing what can be happening, but you really don't know what you're doing. It's too advanced for a beginner. And that's just my personal opinion.
You can easily add things like a bio, your projects, a contact form, an email opt-in form for your subscribers, like pretty much whatever you want for this website. And what I appreciate the most is that it's not just about having a website, it's about having control, just like I do with my own YouTube Wealth Academy website here. And what this means is you're no longer completely dependent on YouTube's platform. You'll have your own space, your own audience, and your own digital identity that you can own and grow forever. So if you're ready to start building your own online presence outside of YouTube and actually take control of things, click on the link down in the description below and use my code Dan at checkout to get an extra 10% off your Hostinger plan on top of their huge Black Friday sale. And then the next thing we have is embedding. And turning this sneaky little setting on is a simple but really powerful way to get free external traffic to boost your YouTube views. Because when you enable this setting, your videos can then be embedded into blogs, news sites, forums, websites, and even social media pages outside of YouTube. This means that people can watch your content without actually needing to visit YouTube directly. This not only increases your watch time, but it will also improve your video's ranking in YouTube's algorithm. And it can even drive new subscribers sometimes. However, if you disable this setting, it will block those potential views. So always keep it turned on to maximize exposure. Now, look, obviously it's not going to make a huge difference to your channel, and you might not even notice it, but having it on can let the wider web help to distribute your content outside of YouTube too. And those small little differences really do help. And then last but not least, we have enabling places mentioned, which is really good for both local and global discovery. Now, enabling this helps YouTube and Google recognize locations in your videos, making them more likely to appear in local search results and things like travel-related recommendations. Now, if you mention a city or a landmark or a region, YouTube may automatically tag it using this setting, which means it's going to boost visibility to users searching for that content about that particular place. Now, this is especially powerful for niches like travel, food, events, news, and vlog style videos, as it also increases the chances of appearing in Google search results as well. So to do this, I'll run through one of my best performing travel vlogs here on my old travel channel. Now, this travel vlog was made in Mumbai, India. So as you can see, you always need to add the location in the location setting here, but also mention this in your description as well. Pretty much just like as much as you can naturally, but also in the hashtags and in the tags down here too. And then finally, I also did it in the title, but that's up to you guys if you want to do it or not. With these locations, I can now attract both local and global audiences who want to view content about Mumbai or India. And this brings in loads more organic views without any extra effort. Now, look guys, the tips in this video don't even touch the surface as to how deep we go into all of the YouTube growth tactics and secrets in my YouTube Wealth Academy. It's got over 100 lectures, 15 different modules, and you get access to me and hundreds of other creators in the community tab. So
yeah, all that stuff is good information, very good information, but you have to start from the beginning, right? You have to start from the beginning. And some of these people are listening to all this information and they are afraid to even start by hitting the record button and uploading a video. Title it, upload a video. You gotta have a title, so title it. And then, I don't know, work on a thumbnail. That's it. That's more than enough for a beginner. Do that over and over again where you actually are uploading at least 2 to 3 videos every week. Get that rhythm going. Get a rhythm going first. And then he talked about, and I'm not saying that this is all the information he's saying is great, but we're separated from a beginner to somebody that already have a channel that got like this channel. We got 228,000 subscribers. 228. We have 228 subscribers, not 228,000. I'm thinking of my bigger channels. 228 subscribers on this channel. On an average, we're happy if we get 100 views on one video. So we're a small channel. So I'm trying to explain to small channel people what to do slowly but surely to start getting their channel to get bigger. And while I'm explaining it, I'm doing the same thing. Get on a consistent upload first. Get your titles and what you're saying in your videos to match. And those two things should match exactly what your channel's about. Learning how to grow. Our growth formula. That's what our channel's about. So that's our combination. First things first, get your combination going. You have a title, what you're saying out your mouth, and what your channel's about. Get those 3 things going. Then you start adding keywords. Then you start adding hashtags. Then you start adding all this other stuff. I'm telling you, if you start off right, you will be a winner. And next thing you know, you'll be sitting there. I got 10,000 subscribers. I got 100,000 subscribers. Once you get 100,000 subscribers, let me see if I'm pointing at it. You get a YouTube plaque, right? That's the YouTube plaque right there. Right there. Look here. Y'all take it light, take it slow. Y'all tell him Uncle Mike told you so. Shh. Peace out.